Okay, so these are my tips for ADHD and any other people for learning vocabulary in a way they'll know it when the test happens. So, first tip, make sure you understand the definition. I mean, look at that definition. Photophosphorylation, the process of generating ATP from ADP and phosphate by means of a proton motive force generated across the thylakoid membrane of the chloroplast or the membrane of certain prokaryotes during the light reactions of photosynthesis. What the hell is that? That's an AP biology definition. That's also the kind of stuff that I can teach you. Point being, that's awful. Okay, so let's start with something easy. Photophosphorylation. Let's not deal with the first part. But it ends in ation. Ation means process. Guess what? You don't need to memorize that this is a process. It says it in the word. It has ation. Ation is a process. Okay, so now here's where it gets juicy. It is the process of generating ATP and ADP and phosphate by means of a proton motive force generated across the thylakoid membrane. Well, I'm guessing if you were even attempting to read this definition, you know what proton is. It's a proton. Motive means moving. So now we've got something having to do with protons moving. And those protons moving are generating power. They're creating power. That's what force and generated means. So now we've got electrons moving, generating power. It's starting to define itself, isn't it? Moving where? Moving across a membrane. So, if you just take this apart, you didn't need to memorize this. You could have said, oh, well, based on those words, this is something about power being created by moving electrons across a membrane, a divider. It's self-defining. At least in science, you're going to find that that's the case for a lot of terminology. If you start to learn the pieces, they explain themselves to you. No memorization necessary, just a little reasoning.